A shark that could not free itself, a turtle tangled up in a plastic line, birds dead in nets, fishing equipment all too often becomes a death trap for other animals. And lost nets also disintegrate into microplastic. Some 30 million tons of plastic waste ends up in the world's oceans each year. Ghost nets make up a big part. Now, there are plans to help stop that with biodegradable lines. They are currently undergoing rigorous testing in Kenya by fishers going about their daily business in a badly damaged coral reef, and by the seaweed farmers of Kibuyuni on Kenya's south coast. Up until recently, they used lines made of plastic. But when these fail, they turn into dangerous marine litter. When we started seaweed farming, we used plastic ropes. But when they tear, they float about in the water and are consumed by fish and turtles. Their sharp ends can cause injuries. And the plastic waste also ends up in the mangroves. Today is harvest day. The seaweed is pulled out together with the eco ropes it has been growing on for 6 to 8 weeks. It is later dried and processed into food, cosmetics, or fertilizer. The women have been using the biodegradable lines for a year. At low tide, they seed new beds. Small bits of seaweeds are tied to the eco-friendly material. The Kenya Fisheries Service launched the pilot project in early 2024. The new lines are reaping positive results compared to conventional ones. We have noticed certain advantages. For example, after 45 days of farming the seaweed, there were no lost seedlings on the new ropes.
We are seeing a continuous push towards seaweed that is grown using eco-friendly methods. So very soon we will be seeing the market paying more for seaweed that is grown using technologies that are less polluting to the environment compared to those that are polluting the environment.
The biodegradable rope is made in South Africa's Cape Town. It was developed by Catch Green, a company that works with the innovative polymer Biodolomer, a Swedish invention made from limestone and sugarcane. It has the same properties as plastic, but it doesn't disintegrate into microplastics and decomposes within a few years. The project is funded by international environmental programs and the UN. The aim to create a genuine alternative to plastic, not just for seaweed farming, but also for industrial fishing. Back on Kenya's south coast, fishers like Hassan Mtsoma have been testing nets in which at least some components, such as the float and lead lines, were replaced with biodegradable material. So if they are lost, they will at least partially decompose. However, the material hasn't stood up to everyday use. They don't work, and that's a real problem for small-scale fishermen like me. It's a loss. You buy an expensive net, and a month later, you're already paying to fix it, while your catch barely covers the cost.
So there's a cost of repair that is frequent when using fishing net compared to seaweed ropes. So I think at some point we had not entered the second phase where we're providing fishermen with the materials for repair of those nets, and I think that is what has caused the delay in adoption, but that's the next phase that we'll get into.
While biodegradable nets aren't currently meeting fishers' expectations, they are being successfully used off the nearby island of Wasini. These divers are volunteers trained to rescue the degraded coral reef. Bits of living coral are being attached to Biodolomer ropes to help revive it in a way that's cheaper quicker and greener than the conventional method using concrete. It has proven successful and hasn't damaged the delicate marine ecosystem. We are hopeful that in 3 to 5 years, the ropes will have dissolved without causing any harm, while in the meantime, the corals will have been able to establish themselves and begun to thrive in their natural habitat. A promising vision, marine animals returning to a flourishing ecosystem. The new material has some issues, but here, underwater, it's showing its potential to rebuild a reef while itself slowly disintegrating into water, a small amount of CO2 and lime-containing biomass.